Hey friends, it's Jackeline here. In today's video, we will be talking about the reformulated Chanel Joue Contraste Powder Blushes. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I hope that you can give me that opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to know all the details about this new formula from Chanel, also comparison swatches, a full demo of the two newest shades on Chanel blushes, then just keep on watching. There hasn't been an announcement from Chanel that they have reformulated their blushes, because they have done it in a very subtle way. Like, for example, last year when they reformulated their iconic Soleil Tan de Chanel, their bronzer in a cream, everybody knew about it and there was so much fuss about it. I did a complete full review comparison side by side with the old and new one and whatnot. But as far as the blushes goes, it's a little bit different, because we have seen the new formulation here in the United States since last year, or a little bit even before last year, trickling in. In fact, if you compare the blushes that they sell, say for example in other countries, some of them they have kind of more of like a bake type of formula, while the blushes that we have been receiving lately here in the United States, I don't want to say that they are super powdery, because they are not super powdery. They are still dome kind of baked, but not your typical bake formula. And the main difference on the formulation too is that the new formula for the blushes, they have more natural ingredients than the ones prior. Something that hasn't changed for both of them is that the first ingredient is talc. To me, it doesn't bother me talc, but I know for some they do. And another thing that I see from this new formulation too is that they have a little bit more pigmentation. Not like right off the back, you can still build it up, but it's not as the ones prior. The ones prior, the older formula, you really had to, shouldn't say dig in, but you really had to go, 2, 3, 4 times to build on that pigmentation. So anyhow, friends, let's go for the cheek swatches of these two new shades, and I'm gonna show you comparisons and swatches and whatnot. Like I said, I was able to get these blushes right here at Nordstrom's website. Interesting enough, the blushes, they are still made in France. They have 18 months of shelf life. Like I said, the ingredient list varies very minimal. I will be putting the ingredient list. Usually I don't have enough space on my description box, but check on my community tab, because I will be leaving it there, or I will also be making a post on my Instagram. And packaging, honestly, it's the same. There's no difference between the older and the newer formula. I think the best people to guide you which one is which, or which one they have available, also will be in boutique if you are very much, say, quote unquote, attached to the older formula. But anyhow, my friends, let's jump into the application of 602 Rose Ruban. You can tell it has the name right over here. And then when you open it up, the blush comes in the typical velvet pouch with the Chanel logo. Same details, and then you press right here, white logo, and as you open it up, there you go. I have already taken off the plastic that comes with. Honestly, I thought this shade was going to be just a little bit more intense from the images that we have seen. And by the way, if I didn't mention it, all the details of my makeup, all the details about these blushes, they will be on the description box below. Okay, friends, so it comes with the typical little brush from Chanel. I'm gonna be using instead my Refer 04 brush. And by the way, I think when you see this video, or perhaps, I don't know when I'm gonna upload this, if March 19 or March 20, but if it is March 20 of 2021, Refer, it's actually restocking some of their brushes as well. They are launching a new eye set that I'm just so in love with. Okay, friends, let's go ahead and first let me just give it a swatch with my finger. So I have swatched one time right here and up to 3 times right here, so that way you can see how deep it can go to. this is how much the brush was able to pick up. As you can tell, has quite a bit of pigmentation right there. Counting that this is a deeper shade too. So I'm just building it up just a little bit more right here. As you can tell, is boom right there. And then as I build it up right here, you can tell right there, you know, you can go as soft or you can build it up. Let's go with the second shade, BRUN ROUGE. Again, same packaging. And here you go. I thought this shade was just so pretty to pass on. Mostly right now that summer is coming, these terracotta type of shades, they just call my name so much. So let me just give one swipe right here. And it has plenty of pigment. And I'm gonna do a second swatch below, and we're gonna go 1, 2, and 3 swatches so you can see how much you can build it at. 2, that's my 2. I'm gonna do a third one. Oh, 4 from Refer, and whoa, wow. All right. Ooh, this is my type of shade. This is a shade that, you know, you give that sunburn type of look between a sunburn and a suntan, kind of like when you're healing from that sunburn and you have these, I mean, like, I know it sounds bad to have a sunburn, but it just looks so beach-like. It looks so summertime. Ooh. That looks so beautiful. Let me just build that a little bit more. Now this shade too, just alike to this one, it does have a little bit of radiance, not as much as this one per se, but it's not flat matte for sure. Although it's a powder formula, they are not powdery. So you can tell right there. Wow, they are so pretty. They are just so beautiful. This one right here will go pretty much with any look. This one right here is more of like that rosy, very flush type of cheek right there. So it looks very pretty. They are both super beautiful. And then as far as comparisons goes, funny enough, when I was purchasing my Rouge Coco Bloom, I actually, on my order, I ordered a couple nail polishes, and I also ended up ordering one of the Joues Contrastes powder blushes in 430 Fosha Rosa, and you know, I think it was just the next day these other ones dropped. So this one right here is also on the new formula. Now this one is more coral. I'm dying for this one right here, but let me just give it a swatch so that way you can see how it looks like right next to Rose Ruban. I'm just gonna put it up top right here. As you can tell, pigment is there right away, but you can see how corally it is. I mean, a total summer shade, beautiful shade right there. And then I have right here another of my favorite shades, Rouge Profond. On my left hand side, I do have Rose Ruban. So as you can tell, Rouge Profond is a lot deeper in tone, but let's just give it a quick swatch no matter what. Down below here. In fact, it has, Rouge Profond has a little bit of that terracotta undertone of this one right here, but it's not the same. It's not the same at all. Let me just, you know, build it up a little more. You can see more of that red tone in there. And then I do have here Rose Pétillante. And this one is a pinky shade that is more kind of like a bubblegum pink. It's very, very lovely. And I think perhaps, no, this is, you know, the new one, Rose Ruban. This one right here has a little bit more of like a cooler tone, a little bit of like a plum undertone to it. Yeah, this one right here has more of that bubble gum vibrancy right there. And then as far as comparisons of BRUN ROUGE, I have here one of, again, another favorite. This is Alezane. Now Alezane, I feel like it's on the same family, but the new one, this one right here, it's obviously deeper in tone. I'm just gonna swatch Alizane, and I'm gonna put it down below here. And in fact, Alizane has a little bit more pink in it, and it also has some golden flecks in there. Not that it's super shimmer or that you will have, you know, specks of glitter on your face, but it just has a little bit of that gold radiance. And then as soon as I saw these Brun Rouge, it's just, again, this is kind of my type of shade, mostly for summertime. I immediately thought about Patrick Ta blush in She's So LA. This one right here. So let me just put them side by side. So I mean, looking at them now side by side, they're a little bit off. I think the one from Patrick Ta maybe just a dash more neutral in tone, a little bit more brown than terracotta. So I'm just gonna put it right here so you can see it. Yeah, and it's a little bit more muted, the one from Patrick Ta. Ooh, and then I was forgetting about this new Sisley blush that I have been loving. This one is in the shade 2 Rosy Fuchsia. This is more vibrant, and as far as texture goes, I feel that Sisley is more silky, while the ones from Chanel is more velvety. That's kind of like the main difference. Okay, so this one right here, just put it up top. I mean, I would say yes, kind of in the same family of the one from Sisley. And with that same radiance, the only difference that I can really see as of right now from them is the texture. Sisley is more silky, Chanel more velvety. So those are it right there. I mean, for being blushes, as you can tell, they really swatch, you know, in an incredible way. And this is the interesting part right here. There's really no way to tell which one is the new formula or the old formula. Also, if we talk about, you know, different markets, for example, here in the United States, we have been receiving already the powder formula since last year. So it's kind of like already mixing to, you know, like different batches. You will have to talk with your boutique associate to really help you out to determine which one is the older formula or the newer formula. I know it's kind of like weird. I mean, Chanel blushes are one of the most underrated luxury products in the market. I feel like that way because they are not so much talked about, but they are just so good. And then as far as the fragrance goes, I find that this fragrance from the new one is just a little bit different. It does have that floral scent, but more of like I know you're gonna think powder, but yeah, a little bit more on the powdery side than the very intense floral from the older versions of the Chanel blushes. I think that's the main difference right there. And also, if you see in the ingredient list, the fragrance from the older version was a little bit higher up, just by slight, like 2 hairs. But this one right here is a little bit down. And again, the newer formula has more of these natural ingredients, which makes me wonder if it will go bad sooner or not, because we see this shift right now with a lot of makeup brands that they are just putting more natural ingredients, which is great, but at the same time we have to be a little bit more cautious on checking our expiration date on our products and, you know, rotate them too and all of that. Okay, my friends, I think this makes it for this video. I hope that you found it helpful, informative. I would love to know from you, are you planning to pick up any of these Chanel 2 new shades? I think both of them are lovely. Let me know which one you like the most on me and which one you're intrigued of. Let's just keep the conversation going on the comment section down below. And while you're at it, and if you haven't done so yet, I hope that you can give me that opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, share with family and friends. And until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.